Congratulations, you have reached the final part of this video series on change, and by now you would have made significant progress towards the change that you want to make. Hell, you might even have finished it by now and achieved it. So this piece is all about end and exit and execution and evaluation. So how did you do? How was your experience? What did you learn? What went great? Did you get the change that you were looking for? Did it turn out how you wanted it to be? What were the obstacles along the way? How did you overcome them? Who did you become? Who did you help? How did you gain gratitude? How did you make a difference in somebody's life? How did you step out of your comfort zone? It's really important that we start to evaluate and just have a check over what you've done, because there's so much there. There's so much that you would have developed as a person in going through this process, in declaring that you want to change some area of your life. You know, go back to the very first exercise that we did, which was about looking at your current reality. And I did say that, okay, as we go through, we're going to measure that. So at the end now, have a look and see what is now your current reality. How is that different? Okay, so what happened? So evaluation is a really important part of improving and congratulating yourself, and just really feeling that, yeah, okay, you know what, I did this, I achieved this, or this happened, or that happened, but this is how I overcame it, and this is how I moved forward. It's all part of leadership. It really, really is, because there's difficult things to do. And when you have an experience and you get through the other side and you can talk about what you did from a genuine perspective, this isn't about theory. We can all read books and be able to, you know, relay the lessons that we've learned from other people's teachings and learnings and examples and stories. But when you have an example or a story or a challenge that you've overcome, then there's a lot more depth there. There's a lot more authenticity there. And this is where you can really tap into your inbuilt leadership skills. You know, events like this are there for your leadership to start to shine. So the other thing is, it's really important to acknowledge the end of a project, the end of something. Often we like to just keep loose ends going. You know, we don't like to put anything to bed. We're great at starting things. We can power through in the middle. And equally, it's really important to acknowledge the end and the completion. You know, we love, our subconscious loves completions. You know, we have to finish one thing off, and then it creates a space for something new. If we have too many loose ends, it just adds to the chaos in our mind. And then when we have another idea, that is lost in the chaos of our minds, or another thing that we want to do, and there won't be that attention given to it. When there's, you know, the decluttering process happens in our mind, we let go of a few things. Letting go is so important. Just, you know, if there's something that you've started and it's a chore to get through, and I don't mean the obstacles and I don't mean the fears, but if it's just become now an old goal and it doesn't hold that same meaning, if you remember back at the beginning of this whole process, you know, you create this visualization, this feeling inside of you of how that would feel. If it doesn't give you that feeling and you're lacking fulfillment, then, you know, what have you learned? What have you learned from that? There'll be lessons there for sure. But when there's too much going on in your mind, it's really important to just be able to just let it go. Just, it's not important. Okay, instead of battling on and fighting and seeing it through and keep on going, and when your heart isn't in it, when your gut isn't in it, then just let it go. Just create that space for something else to happen and take a hold, and it'll just feel so much better. And remember, a lot of this is about how we feel, right? We do everything we do is because it makes us feel a certain way. So this final piece, as I say, is about the end. So your assignment is to evaluate how this process has been for you. Did you achieve the change you wanted, or did you not? And change is one thing. We say change is inevitable. Things are going to change whether you have an input in them at all or not. There's certain things which are out of our control which can change our life. And there's certain things which we can control, with divine guidance and with harnessing all the energies that we have around us. This is when we're in alignment. This is when we're in flow. Okay, and so flow happens when, a lot of people talk about, oh, you be in flow. Well, it happens when we've got a clear mind, when we've calmed ourselves, when we've got an intention, and when we really trust in ourselves. We have that self-belief. We really trust that we can do this. And then we're in flow. And then those things can start to manifest and appear. And this is when people turn around and say, oh my God, you're so lucky. All these great things happen to you. It's a process. It takes those elements of whatever you know and can do, whatever you've learned, whatever you've acquired from working with other people, whatever you've sourced guidance from a higher power than you, harnessing all of that. That's, if you want to call it lucky, that's what that is. So see how you've got on. Really sit down and look at the change that you've made. And if you love this process, then go ahead and apply it to another area of your life and see how that's going to change as well. It's a fantastic thing to do, to be able to put something to bed, just to end it and look over it and review it and get that real sense of satisfaction that you did this, okay, with some help. But it's all good. So I hope you've enjoyed this series on change. So remember, that's C for calm, H for holler and herald and tell people about it, A for the action plan and the accountability and the awareness, N for no and all the negative beliefs and all the obstacles that can come up along the way, G for gratitude and celebration and helping others along the way, and then E for the evaluation and the end and the execution of the whole project. I hope you've enjoyed this. There is one other bonus video, so just stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next time.